We fly out to Miami. I'm pretty hyped up. I've never been down here before. We played at the Hard Rock and Coconut Creek. I tried to vlog each session, but nothing interesting really happened. You get that sometimes. Just boring, slow, chipping up sessions. We did book a win out there though. After 8 hours of play, spread out throughout the days, we won 315. I did do Instagram updates though. Follow me on Insta at Jimmypocketts if you want to see live updates on each session, cause not every session makes the vlog. I mean, Q1 results are in. We're up about 2,000 to start the year, and you see I only vlogged that one session. I won $1,200. None of those other sessions even made the channel. Only one loss too, just running pure. And you know what that means? It's time to shot take 2-5 again. I'm desperately trying to escape 1-3 and start playing 2-5 regularly, but I do practice bankroll management, so we only shot take when the bankroll allows it. We will be out in Vegas for the WSOP, so next vlog probably be out there, but enough for the intro. Let's get into hand number one. We buy in for 500, short stack for sure, but we're still 100 big blinds deep and plan to add on 100 every time we drop below 4. If I had a full proper 10K roll, which is still on the low end for a 2-5, I would buy in for the max 1K. But until then, it'll be 100 big shot takes whenever we try to play 2-5 to limit risk to the roll. We pick up Ace Jack on the button. 5 minutes into the session, we're off to a good start. Under the gun opens to 15 and gets 2 callers from middle position. We 3-bet to 75 and take it down. After this, I notice a lot of 3-betting or folding going on pre-flop, way more than my usual 1-3 games. It's always nice to win that first hand though. We 3-bet a few more times after that and take it down and fold to a few 3-bets before we get Ace-King offsuit in middle position. Under the gun opens to 20. We 3-bet to 60 and head to the flop, heads up of 7-5-3 with 2 clubs. He checks it to me, and we got 2 options. We could check it back since this board doesn't favor our 3-bet pre-flop range, or C-bet and try to represent an overpair or a flush draw. We choose the more aggressive route and bet out 40. My opponent makes the call, and the turn comes the 8 of clubs. Once again, he checks. We pick up the flush draw now. We got the king of clubs, but I want to represent that we already hit the flush, so I bet out for about half pot of 90. The river is a 2 of spades. We miss everything. He checks. I'm not going to bet since the 2 of spades changed nothing, and if he called on the turn, he'll probably call again. I give up and check. We lose to pocket 9s. That's a good board, good run out for pocket 9s, all low. Win for 900, but sitting around 500, about 45 minutes into the session. Had to add on here and there. Only really lost 2 big pots though so far. The pocket 9s hand and one other one. Ace Jack on the button. There's an open at 20, and then an aggressive player to my right 3-bets to 60. I call heads up. He could be 3-betting light given how much action he's given the table. We got position on him, but he's still the last person at the table I want to play heads up with because I rank him as a better player than me. The flop comes 5-8-4. He checks it to me. He's got a pretty deep stack, at least 1.5K, and I just don't think he's folding if I bet out here, so I check it back. The turn is an ace, and he bets out 75. We hit top pair with a decent kicker, but alarm bells are starting to go off. I would have rather seen a jack than an ace here. We just call, hoping for a check on the river of the 6 of spades. He wastes no time and jams me all in. I was short. I only had about a pot-sized bet behind. I think for a while, and I just really don't believe this guy. I've already committed half my stack. He's an aggressive, always betting big, going after pots type of player. I've seen him get called in showdown bluffs. I believe his 3-bet pre-range is pretty wide from observing the hands he's played. I don't think he's got a straight. I think he has an ace. It's just a matter of fact that my kicker is better than his. I go back and forth. I end up calling, and he shows ace-king. I'm disgusted. This was an easy fold against anyone else at the table, but you gotta call these action players light sometimes because they will show up with nothing, just not today. We head to the food court, use our comp dollars, get a free meal, or should I say a $900 2-5 buy-in meal. A lot of y'all been in the same spot and know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Either way though, I'm sitting there eating, looking over the pre-flop charts, trying to see where the fuck I went wrong. And then the degen in my mind starts thinking, and I'm like, let's go run it back up at 1-3. We've been crushing 1-3 constantly all year, and it's time to go pay. Let's go spin it up one more time. So I head back to the poker room, buy in for 400 at 1-3, determined to climb out that hole. About 45 minutes in, we get pocket queens in late position. The vis starts a little late, but under the gun opens to 10 and gets 3 callers. We're obviously gonna raise here. I make it 60. The reasoning behind this is 3x is open, plus the 3 callers, which is 60. Only the initial raiser and the last caller of the 10 comes along. The strange thing is, they're both short stack. Under the gun only has like 80 behind. I don't see how you could call 60 and not jam your last 80 there. Anyways, we go to the flop, 3 ways of ace, 3, king, all clubs. Always an ace on the board when you have pocket queens, pocket kings, pocket jacks. They're like ace magnets. Under the gun checks, middle position jams all in for 150, and the way he did it just screams he has a flush. I mean, we got the queen of clubs, we got the nut flush draw though. Is 150 to call to win about a $500 pot if under the gun folds, so we're getting about 3-1. I don't know if that's the correct odds to call. I estimate we got about a 30% chance to win. Don't want to get too nerdy here, but I like helping y'all learn. So, it's 9 outs for a normal flush draw, -2 because I'm assuming he already has the flush that just jammed. So that's 7 outs, and then we're going to use the 4 times rule. That's 28% to hit the flush, and then I add another 2% to hit runner boat. So that's 30% right there. If this was on the turn, you would use the 2 times rule, but back to the hand, I double check under the gun stack with the dealer, make sure he doesn't have any hundreds hiding over there, and then I call. Under the gun calls too, did not expect that. We go to run out of the 8 of spades and the queen of spades. We hit trips, but there's no way that's good. He announces flush, so our assumption was correct, and then he flips over 5-8 of clubs. What? Wait a minute. 5-8 of clubs? You called my $60 open at a 1-3 game on a short stack with 5-8 of clubs. That is wild. This is pretty loud, friendly, talkative table. The Knicks are on, it's the playoffs, so I felt pretty comfortable just asking him, what are you doing calling with 5-8 of clubs there? He says, I was hoping you sent me to an early dinner. I only called because the initial guy called. Okay, I mean, I love the action. I'll take it all day, any day. Quick background story on this guy. He got here 10 minutes ago, got stacked once already. He's on his second buy-in, and then after this, I realized he plays like pretty much any 2 cards. So we're going to be targeting him, try to exploit that, and then play a few more pots with him tonight. Ace 10 offsuit and under the gun. I open to 9 and get 3 callers. The flop comes 3-10 jack. We got middle pair, but we're out of position. I'm not betting into 3 opponents, so I check and it checks through. The turn is a 2, changes nothing really, but when it checks through on the flop, I'm thinking my 10s are good, so I bet out 20 and get 2 callers. The river is a jack pairing the top card. Never good when the top card pairs, so I check it, it checks through. I show, we're good, and we take it down. I play a little bit more after that, but nothing really interesting happened to make the vlog. We book a small loss because of that pocket queen's hand. I did win about 200 at craps on the walkout though, so my little consolation prize on the losing day. I mean, y'all see the totals. We book a loss on the day, but that's just a minor setback for the major comeback. We gonna come up. One of these days we shot take 2-5. We're gonna make it. We're gonna escape 1-3 cycle. I've been doing this for a while now. I think that's like the 3rd or 4th time I grinded up a few thousand at 1-3. I shot take 2-5, and then I get smacked back down. But one of these days, man, I'm gonna break that cycle. Until then, I'm gonna just keep studying. I'm gonna grind 1-3, spin up a little bit more, then I'll shot take again. But One positive thing on the day is somebody recognized me, man. First person to ever recognize me, come up to me talking about, yo, I fuck with Jimmypocketts. I watched this Jimmypocketts, this, and that. And that's crazy to me. That really is the first person to ever recognize me ever. And if y'all see me in the casino, just come up, say what's up, say something to me. But that's pretty cool. Even though we did book a loss on a day, it still was positive just because of that, because he came up and recognized me. And, I really fuck with that. But I have been hearing a lot about 2-2 PLO. People telling me it's like bingo over there. I should give 2-2 PLO a try. I had a few people say something to me about that. And, we got the poker entrepreneur down in Florida. He's crushing 2-2 PLO. I don't know if you follow him, but it's really got me thinking maybe that's something I could take advantage of, something I can exploit. So I'm gonna try. I'm gonna give 2-2 PLO a try. I don't know if I'm gonna post it on the vlog, but we'll see what happens. The next vlog though will probably be in Vegas, because I'll be out in Vegas for the WSOP. And until then, I'll see y'all on the next one.